warm welcome to our classes. We are in a very interesting chapter, that is principle and process regarding the biotechnology. And already in the previous class we completed how to isolate the DNA. So we started the process of biotechnology, right? That means steps of biotechnology. Biotechnology means rDNA technology, right? How to construct that rDNA. So we observed that one. To construct that rDNA, the very most first thing is to isolate that DNA. That means isolation of DNA. After isolating the DNA, we are going to cut the DNA and we are going to join another DNA. We are getting a rDNA. That rDNA introduced into one host cell, and then from the host cell we are getting the product. So that is the ultimate aim. So in the last class we observed how to isolate that DNA, right? So let me continue with the next step in rDNA technology. The next step is cutting off DNA at specific locations. So the next one, the cutting of DNA at specific locations. So that is the next thing. So what is the total aim of this biotechnology, what we are doing right here right now? So in the biotechnology, we are majorly focusing on construction of rDNA, right? Construction of rDNA. What that rDNA is? Recombinant DNA. So what actually that recombinant DNA is? So it is the mixture of our desired gene plus cloning vector. Our desired gene plus a cloning vector. So here cloning vector means usually we are using plasmid. Now our desired gene mixed with the plasmid to get what? To get rDNA. So that rDNA introduced into one host cell, one suitable host cell. So that host cell will be usually bacteria. Let us consider bacteria. Now rDNA transferred to the bacteria, right? So in that bacteria, in that host cell, our gene should be expressed. After expressing our desired gene, we are getting product, gene product. So for example, insulin product. So after getting that gene product, so the aim of biotechnology, that aim of rDNA technology will be completed. So that will be finished. Now already we know the construction of rDNA, how to construct rDNA. So we are taking our desired gene mixing with one plasmid or a cloning vector. So while mixing that one, we should get or we should isolate the DNA first from the cell. So in the previous class we observed how to isolate the DNA. Step by step addition of enzymes. What? Step by step addition of enzymes, we isolated the DNA. Now this DNA is subjected for cutting, breaking or cutting of DNA. But here we have to cut the DNA at a particular place. Say for example, imagine this is our DNA, right? The total length of DNA that we have isolated. From this DNA we need to take our desired gene, right? Now imagine, so I am marking here, this much of DNA piece is our desired gene. Say for example, insulin gene. Now our aim is to get the insulin product from the bacteria. That means we have to take insulin gene first. And this insulin gene, it is present in healthy person DNA. So from the healthy person DNA, we are taking a gene outside. But thing is, gene, it is not present alone. It is present in the total DNA. That means we have to cut the DNA. Cutting off DNA at a specific place. That means we need to cut the DNA on either side of the gene. On either side we are cutting the DNA at a specific location. That means here and here only we have to cut the DNA. Suppose if we cut the DNA here means no use. Why? Because we want only this piece. After cutting, so okay, who will cut the DNA at a specific location? Specific location, DNA is cut by REN enzyme. What is that REN? Restriction endonuclease enzyme. So this enzyme will cut the DNA at specific locations. After cutting, we are getting, imagine, three kinds of fragments. 1, 2, 3. So we are getting the three kinds of fragments in the DNA. One is large fragment, one is medium fragment, one is small fragment. Large fragment, medium fragment, small fragments. We got three kinds of fragments. Now, our gene is present in the small fragment. That means we have to separate the fragments. Large fragment, medium fragment, small fragment should be separated. For separation of the fragments, what we are using? Yes, gel electrophoresis technique. We are using gel electrophoresis technique. Agarose gel electrophoresis technique already we know. So in agarose gel electrophoresis technique, we are going to separate the DNA fragments on majorly two bases. One is on the basis of charge of DNA. Another one is on the basis of size of DNA fragments. What is the charge of the DNA? So DNA is having a negative charge, right? If you want to separate a negatively charged particle, means opposite side we are using a positive charge. That means a negative charge DNA will be attracted towards the positive charge. That means DNA fragments start moving inside agarose gel. While moving, those fragments are separated on the basis of size. That means large fragments are having more weight. That means moving slowly. Medium fragments are moving faster than the larger fragments. Why? Because weight is smaller than this one. And small fragments are moving very fast. Why? Because weight is less. So depending on the size of the fragments are separated here. And now we are getting our desired gene outside. So we have separated the DNA fragments in this way. Now imagine this is our desired gene and this is the plasmid. So this is desired gene. That means what character we want or what product we want, that product related gene is desired gene. So now we have isolated the desired gene. Now desired gene, it is mixed with cloning vector. Which vector? Cloning vector. And usually we are using the cloning vector is a plasmid. Now desired gene also cut, cloning vector also cut here at one particular location. So for getting this gene and for cutting the plasmid, we are using the same restriction endonuclease enzyme. That means sticky ends are formed in this DNA and sticky end forms in the cloning vector. Both are same. Then after this one, we are joining both together and we are going to get rDNA. So imagine this is rDNA. So desired gene mixed with the cloning vector, both are mixed, we will get rDNA. Who will mix this one? So this mixing process is done by DNA ligase. Which process? Sir, which enzyme? DNA ligase enzyme. DNA ligase enzyme work is joining the cut strands of DNA. Restriction endonuclease work is cutting the DNA. Hence, restriction endonuclease enzyme, we will also call it as molecular scissor. This enzyme also called as molecular scissor, cutting. And DNA ligase enzyme, this enzyme is called as molecular stitcher. It is also called as a molecular stitcher. One is cutting enzyme, one is joining enzyme. With the help of these two enzymes, we prepared one rDNA, right? And this rDNA, then it is introducing into one host cell, suitable host cell. So the next process is it is transferred to one suitable host cell, and already we have seen that process. How to transfer that rDNA into one suitable host cell? That means we need to make the host cell competent. To make a host cell competent, we are using three methods. Heat shock method, already we have studied that one. Heat shock method, gene gun method, micro injection method. By using those methods, we are introducing the rDNA into host cell. But here one problem is there. Just I told you, desired gene, that means first we have isolated the DNA, we have cut the DNA, we have separated our desired gene. That desired gene quantity will be less usually. Its quantity will be less. Now we have to improve the quantity of desired gene. That means we need to multiply the desired gene. To multiply that one, we will go for the next step. So that is amplification of DNA by PCR. So the next very interesting step. So what is the step here? Amplification of DNA. Here DNA means our desired gene. Here DNA means our desired gene or plasmid, whatever it is. Amplification of DNA by using PCR. Simple thing. rDNA technology. That means construction of rDNA. We have to construct rDNA, right? For construction of rDNA, DNA samples should be more. That means the quantity of DNA should be more. That desired gene also DNA and cloning vector both are DNA. So that DNA quantity should be more. But starting right now we are having less quantity of gene. Now this gene or this DNA should be doubled. For doubling, we are using one machine or we are using one technique. So that technique is PCR. Just like Xerox machine, we will be having one master copy. So master copy will be given to the Xerox machine. So Xerox machine will Xerox the master copy and producing many copies, and all copies are identical, right? Here also we are using one PCR machine. By using the PCR machine, we are doubling the DNA or we are multiplying the DNA. Amplification. Amplification means increasing the number, or multiplication. Multiplication of what? DNA. Which DNA? Our desired gene. By using what? PCR. The question will be arising. What is that PCR? PCR means polymerase chain reaction. So PCR stands for polymerase chain reaction. And one thing I have actually, polymerase means this is the enzyme, name of the enzyme, polymerase. Polymerase, DNA polymerase. The work of this enzyme is doubling the DNA. So for doubling of DNA, we are using one method, or there is one process. That process is replication process. Yes, what is the process name? Replication process. By the replication process, DNA will be doubled. Already we have heard three terms: replication, transcription, translation. DNA doubling process is replication. So that the replication process is majorly occurring by the presence of polymerase enzyme. Which enzyme? Polymerase enzyme. And its name is DNA polymerase enzyme. So that DNA polymerase enzyme will help in replication. By the replication, DNA will be doubled. But actually that process occurs inside the cell. But now our desired gene present outside the cell. So it should be doubled, means the same process what is occurring inside the cell, that the process should be occurred in the test tube cell. That is the laboratory condition. So to happen that one, we are using this PCR machine, polymerase chain reaction. Simple meaning. DNA will be doubled in our cell during the cell division. By which process? Replication process. Now the same replication process should be done in laboratory condition by using one device. That device is PCR, polymerase chain reaction. Why chain reaction term is used means, imagine we are having one DNA starting. desired DNA, just one copy is present. So it should be doubled to get two copies. Two copies again are divided to form four copies. 4 to 8 copies. 8 to 16 copies. 16 to 32 copies. That means every time DNA quantity will double. How it is doubling means, see just one example. We are having on a DNA, right? So double stranded DNA. So this is the DNA. Right now we are having this DNA. Imagine this DNA I have considered here. So this DNA, let me imagine this is 3 dash and this side 5 dash and this side 5 dash and this side 3 dash. Two strands we are having. When the DNA is undergoing replication, at that time double strands will separate into single strands. Now both the DNA strands will be separated like this. So at the center DNA strand is cut, and both the strands are separated. So what is the side? 3 dash to 5 dash and 3 dash to 5 dash, right? Now both the DNA strands are separated. Both are single strands. Now on the single strand, here one strand should be produced, here one strand should be produced. Here one a new strand, here one a new strand. Strands are produced. After the production of a new strand, here one strand produced and here one strand produced. After production of two new strands, two DNA copies are formed. Right? Now we are getting two DNA copies. So now this is parental DNA and these are daughter DNAs. From one DNA we got two DNAs. And the whole process is replication. What is the whole process? Replication. Now, two DNAs again undergoing replication forms 4 DNA. 4 DNA becomes 8, 8 becomes 16, 16 becomes 32. Now this reaction we will call it as a chain reaction. What we will call it as? Chain reaction. And here, just I told you, here the DNA is a doubling. For doubling of DNA, for construction of a new strand on old strand, nucleotides should be joined. What should be joined? Nucleotides should be joined. Say for example, imagine. Now, here A is present on the old strand of DNA. It should be joined with T. G is present, C, cytosine, guanine, thymine, adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanine. Step by step complementary nucleotides should be joined. After joining, this total becomes one new strand. Then it becomes a new strand. That means someone has to join the nucleotides. Someone has to join the nucleotides. Who will join the nucleotide means? DNA polymerase. Which enzyme? DNA polymerase. So this enzyme helps in replication of DNA and that replication process occurs continuously and the whole process is known as polymerase chain reaction. Right? Now, by the polymerase chain reaction, we have to amplify DNA. We have to increase the quantity or copies of our desired gene by using PCR. But now, this PCR whole reaction, it is occurring in 3 steps. Steps of PCR, polymerase chain reaction steps. The first major step is denaturation of DNA. The first one. And the second one is annealing of primer. Second step. And the third step is extension of primer. So like that we are having 3 steps of PCR. That means a doubling of DNA. What is the first step? Denaturation of DNA. Second step, annealing of primer. And the third step is extension of primer. Okay. In the next class, let us focus on these steps. Steps of what? PCR technique. What is that PCR? Polymerase chain reaction. Why we are performing that step? For doubling of our DNA, for multiplying our DNA copies. That is amplification of DNA. Why we have to amplify the DNA? Why need more copies of DNA? Why? Because for construction of our DNA, there should be many copies of desired gene. Hence, we have to amplify it by using PCR. And for doubling of DNAs in the PCR, there are 3 steps: denaturation of DNA, annealing of primer, and extension of primer. So in the next class, let us focus on these 3 steps. Thank you.